Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dragonblade Arena League 6v6 edition. My name is Slevin, and I'll be your play-by-play caster this evening, and I would like to welcome my co-caster and game analyst, Simply Nickish. How are we feeling today, Nick?
I am feeling excellent, and I'm ready for an epic showdown tonight, featuring some of the most skilled players across the Kick community. I think we've got some great teams, a couple of returning teams as well, so there might be some players you recognize. The competition today will be crazy, and our competitors will definitely need to be showing us their best if they want to come out on top. Now, whether you're here to support your favorite players, learn new strats, or just enjoy the show, there is no better place to be tonight. But before we dive in, how can our community members get involved in KTN?
Yeah, so lots of different ways. For everybody interested in participating in tournaments or leagues, be sure to head over first to our website, kicktournamentnetwork.com. There you can find all of our socials, the event scoreboard, and all upcoming tournaments. We want to remind everybody that KTN is a community-driven tournament organization, and we want to see players like you join us in all of our upcoming events. We currently host tournaments for a wide range of games, so be sure to head over to our website, check out the games we support, and make sure to vote in our Discord polls so you can play in the events that interest you. I do want to highlight that anyone can participate in these tournaments. There is no MMR, KD, anything like that required to get in. If you are interested in a tournament, you want to play, sign up and show up and show us what you can do. It'll be a lot of fun. Now let's get into this event itself today, the Dragonblade Arena 6v6. The first map in tonight's rotation is Lijiang Tower. This is a control map where teams will fight to hold the center point in a King of the Hill style game mode. First team to reach 100% on the objective will be declared the winner of that round. Second in the rotation is King's Row. Now this is a hybrid map where in the first round, teams will attempt to capture a control point and then escort a payload through up to 2 additional objectives. The team who pushes the payload the furthest will be declared the winner of that match. In the event of a 1-1 tie, the tiebreaker in our rotation is Suravasa. Now, this is a flashpoint map where teams will battle to capture a series of control points. Each time a point is secured, another will unlock. The first team to capture 3 objectives will be declared the winner. Our teams tonight are going to put their skills to the test in a single elimination league, where they will fight for survival and strive to take the top spot and be crowned tonight's victor. Nick, can you go into a little more detail on some of those maps that we just talked about?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are starting here on Lijiang Tower. As you said, it is a control map consisting of 3 different points. The control center to start with, Night Market second, and then Garden as our 3rd point if we get there. I expect to see a lot of kind of brawl comps on this. Picks that I'm looking out for are things like Ryan Zarya, definitely some Lucio, maybe some May, Cassidy. We saw some of these picks be like quite successful. Second, moving into King's Row, a fan favorite. Lots of poke on this kind of 2nd and 3rd point. Probably some brawl to start with, but this has been a big staple of Overwatch for quite some time and is a personal favorite of mine. I always seem to do very well on this map. And then after King's Row, we are moving into Suravaso as our 4th one, which will be our flashpoint. And that is going to be, again, we're probably going to see a dive skirmishy, much more high mobility on this map. I would expect to see things like a Winston, a Diva, probably quite similar support picks, some Lucio in there. I think is going to be a staple today. Some BAP, I would love to see some BAP. And the new hero, I'm expecting some cheeky Wu Zhang in here as well. So this is definitely going to be a very fun final map to play on, assuming that we get there, obviously. This is a very fun map that I enjoy trying to get high mobility picks like Genji on, Tracer, and definitely one to look out for. So how is this going to be scored?
Yeah, so scoring in the Dragonblade Arena League 6v6 is based on the integrated systems of the game modes Control, Hybrid, and Flashpoint. So teams are going to earn points through a match format where they compete in a series of 3 maps. So each map win contributes to a team's overall score, and a team must score 2 points in order to be declared the winner of that matchup. So basically 2 out of 3 maps for the tiebreaker. Nick, are there any returning players that you look forward to watching compete tonight? I know we've got some returning teams, some returning players, some returning teams with a couple new players added on and a couple old players no longer with it. So anybody you're rooting for and why?
Yeah, we do. So we've got Anxiety coming back to join us again for this tournament. We saw some fantastic tank play from Timothy, who is someone I am definitely looking towards as well. On that team, we've also got some returners from Shiggle. Do you know what? I'm just gonna not try that one. Shiggle Gitters. There's Bard gave us a fantastic Cassidy in the last competition as well. So 2 teams definitely to look out for there, and a couple of new teams who we've not seen before. So very much looking forward to seeing them in action as we get into game number 1.
All right. Yeah, here we are. First game, Lijiang Tower, first point. Looks like everybody's picked. We'll see if they stick with these comps going in, but just the kind of the pre-comp warm up, right, what we're seeing right here. How do you feel about these selections?
Yeah, pretty standard from what I was expecting. The Zarya Ryan, we talked about this kind of this brawl, particularly on this first point. So no surprise there from both sides, actually. The Bastion backup as well is gonna do a lot of work, and I think we're gonna be looking to Granite there to put in a lot of damage. As we see straight up, getting that first pick on the Reaper, proving me right immediately. We're kicking off right here.
Yeah, I love a good Ryan v Ryan fight. That bubble sent him in to do some work. Pays the price, though. Gets a little overextended. Both Ryans out of the match right now. Vulpix goes down as well. And it does look like High Anxiety's going to take, Sinister Sigs might take this. Actually, yeah, still quite a bit going on point. Just both of the...
If you bear with us a moment, apologies. We're having a bit of an overlay issue, so... small production hiccups happen from time to time.
But so far, I mean, Ryan to Ryan fights. I love seeing Ryan to Ryan fights, especially when you get onto a small kind of control point like that, where it's just hammer swinging for days, right? And then you got that Zarya backup to keep them in the game. We'll see if the supports are able to keep everybody alive, because it can get pretty chaotic when you have that much damage going out that quickly.
Yeah, I feel like this is where, you know, the pick like the Bastion is going to come into play and put in a lot of work, because when he's in that big boy form, that is a lot of front-loaded damage onto that Rhine shield, and that can go out very, very fast. But on the flip side, you know, if they're not paying attention on the Zarya, and you can charge up that bubble very quickly as well. So it can definitely work both ways if that Bastion is not on point.
Yeah, there's nothing I think more frustrating especially as a Rhine, when you get a fully charged Zarya on you. It looks like we're back in the game here, and Sinister Sigs, taking the point here, taking it from High Anxiety. High Anxiety did get a few percentage points on there. Sinister Sigs coming back in and taking it down. However, they are losing this next team fight. High Anxiety might be able to push right back onto this point, as we've got a couple early eliminations.
Yeah, honestly, really impressive turnaround. And that was all coming from CJ on this Reaper, getting in and getting those picks to give Sinister that percentage going in their favor. And they take the lead off the back of it.
Forehead kiss with a good elimination there on J mode. Ooh, almost ran off the map. I was waiting for it, but able to push the opposing Rhine back, able to keep Riptide out of there and make Sinister Sigs kind of regroup for this next fight. High Anxiety stacking up some points right now. A little shatter, gets a couple, doesn't get an elimination off of it. Almost took down Evil Chicken, but not able to quite finish it off there.
Oh, and Forehead gets the better of that Rhine battle as well. The shatter, you know, wasn't bad timing, and it does get the percentage keep crawling up in High Anxiety's favor, as we see that ticking up past 40% now. I do think quite interesting here, Timoshi is on the Ana. And that anti, look out for that. And there goes the other shatter from the other side, as Forehead gets a crazy triple.
Oh, the whole team kill off of the Forehead kiss Rhine shatter. You love to see that. Saw that shield go down, pop the shatter, the whole team gets wiped.
Yeah, and here we're gonna see it again, and what a fantastic shatter, and a good backup as well off the back of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Set up his team for success with that one, and they knew exactly what to do, exactly when it happened. There was no delay. As soon as the team went down, everybody pounced on him. So a good heads up team play on them as well. And High Anxiety holding onto this point really strong right now as we get back in this next team fight. Forehead kiss with a huge strike, takes down 2 with it. He's unrelenting right now with this shield. Nobody's getting by him.
Yeah, and a good attempt on the grab. I do see what they were going for, but they were kind of already hidden behind that wall. And this is where the brawl comps come into play so well, holding these tight chokes, and it makes it so difficult for Sinister to walk in off the back of it. And I don't know how they get in here, honestly. As we see, CJ goes for the big play, and that was almost looking tasty. But a good turnaround from High Anxiety to nip that in the bud straight away.
Yeah, that was a fantastic ante by Timoshi there. Threw it right on Reaper, canceled the ult healing that he gets during that ultimate, and able to make quick work of him there. So a good heads up play by Timoshi on Ana there. High Anxiety takes the first point, 100% to 24. Once they got back on there, they held it very, very strongly.
Yeah, and one thing I do want to point out, which we didn't really get to talk about because that game happened quite fast, is that they're running a triple support here on High Anxiety. They're running this Moira, Kiri, Ana triple combo. So they are kind of relying on this huge amount of damage coming from this Bastion, and then these 2 tanks, these 2 heavy brawl tanks just sitting up front, being pumped with heals and being able to just stay up there and cut off Sinister from even getting close to the point.
Yeah, it does look like Sinister going to switch up a little bit on their supports. Padlo going to swap over to Life Weaver here. And they're also going to match it with a 3 support, as we have a Kiriko, Ana, Life Weaver coming out with Sinister this time. See if they can match the support, keep the people alive, and make something happen on this next point here. But yeah, 3 supports, 6v6, kind of anything goes, except for I think we can only do 2 tanks.
Yeah.
We're not gonna see any 6v6 Winston battles, unfortunately. But I guess we'll take what we get here. So as we get back into this next round.
I was going to talk about the Doomfist because I actually think the Doomfist could work really well, you know, into this triple support idea. But they do switch back onto the Rhine. So they're just going to try and match it. As we see, the charge goes the way of Forehead. Gets that pick onto Padlo on the Live Weaver. So that's already one support out.
Yeah, great Zarya bubble by JM on Riptide there to keep him in. He was almost out. Nice little flank by Forehead Kiss. Gets knocked down twice, though, and then gets annied. Absolutely dominated, trying to go for that cheeky little pick. Does take down Riptide, but both tanks out of the fight right now. It is going to be a squishy battle as we've got 2 Zaryas and just a whole bunch of DPS and a couple supports going at it. It does look like High Anxiety able to hold on to this pretty well, though, as Sinister really needs that shield to make a push.
Yeah, and it looks like Sinister are just trying to match it, you know, going for this Bastion single DPS comp as well. And the difference is going to come down to the supports here. Who can keep the tanks alive as Riptide and Forehead just going at each other with these hammers, and Forehead gets the better of it as that Granite as well off the back of it gets the Ana, and it looks like Anxiety are going to roll this fight and keep the percentage rolling.
Yeah, their defense is strong, man. Once they get rooted in, they seem to be able to hold really well. I like Forehead Kiss getting creative with some of the movement around, trying to get some different angles so that they're not just creating a hallway of death for Sinister to shoot projectiles down. Big hammer again. Is there anybody there to follow up on it? Knocked a few down. Gets a couple fire strikes off. Doesn't look like any eliminations. Ooh, I think blocked most of Riptide's there.
Yeah, huge
May have
block.
Gotten a couple on it, but nothing big. And big antis coming out again. CJ goes down. High Anxiety winning the team fight so far.
Oh, huge grab though with Granite over the top. Are you kidding?
The Bastion ult. You never see it coming.
Oh, I mean, I thought they'd pop it and back off because they were just kind of stalling them around that statue. But then, oh my word, Granite coming in with the over-the-top Bastion ult to take them all out. Huge combo play from High Anxiety, and this is looking very much in their favor.
Absolutely, they are dominating this round right now. Sinister's really gonna have to pull something together. They need to get an early pick before they go in. They are making some good headway here, though, as we get a little ult on. Nice pick by Riptide, takes down 2. He's got Kiriko on the run here. She's gonna teleport back to Ryan, get to safety, but it does look like Sinister able to get on the point and get on the scoreboard.
Oh, yeah, I'm not quite sure how they did that as we see again Riptide going and getting a nice pick off with the Fire Strike, and then just sends it. Honestly, he just goes, all right, if you're going to throw down the tree, let's send it into your backline, and gets a couple. He's still got a Shadow to play with as well.
Yeah, if Ana had her sleep dart up there, that is a charge that he would have regretted immediately, but able to make
look at this positioning though.
Oh, behind!
It's a crazy positioning.
Shatter comes in, Riptide cleaning him up. CJ in the mix as well. A whole team kill. Oh my God, Riptide, the sneaky little shatter from behind. You love to see it.
And the hammer drop afterwards. What a great positioning and so sneaky around the side. They were not ready for that at all. And this is anybody's game now. They've got good percentage, and it comes down to one fight for High Anxiety. They just need to get the picks, and there we go. Riptide goes down with a shadow to follow.
And they're coming in. He's cleaning up. He got 3 eliminations going for High Anxiety. It looks like Sinister might be coming out of this one. Doesn't get the pin there. Life Weaver's hanging on. He goes down. That is going to be it. I don't think they're going to get back in time. This is going to be really close. They can stretch it overtime, but I think we're done. Yep, nice counter charge there. Man, High Anxiety coming in. This was a game of shatters, back and forth. Just huge shatters that round. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, this is a typical Ryan v Ryan, isn't it? It's just coming down to crazy shadows. And yeah, I would not be surprised if this is the sneak play of the game right here, getting in behind them. But yeah, we see it here. Just incredible work. Gets absolutely everyone. Good job from the Zarya to turn around so fast on Ging as well to notice what was happening, but just by the time the damage was done. And yeah, first point taken, but well done to Sinister for coming back in there.
The shatter was so good, and they all went down in a row. So when he threw the 2 fire strikes, he hit like 4 people with the fire strikes, and because they just go through, right? And so he was just stacking damage with that. It was just like dominoes, just knocking them down and racking them up. And a great play. And then, I mean, both Ryans. I told you I love a good Ryan v Ryan fight. It's just fun to watch, right? Because you just get these dudes with big hammers and shields, and they just go at it. And the big shatters are awesome to watch, and they really capitalized on them. And then the team, good heads up to really jump on those fallen enemies there.
Yeah, and as we see this one more time as we go through the fire strike for everyone, like you were talking about, I would not be surprised to see them try and ego each other again here, Riptide and Forehead. and just say, you know what, for map 2, Kings Row, yeah, let's run back the Ryan v Ryan. Yeah. Let's see who can get the better of it this time. And yeah, would definitely not be surprised by that.
Yeah, I think it'd be a fun comp to see again. I don't know if they'll do it. Kings Row's a little bit different map, not a control, right? So there's a little bit more space to maneuver, a little bit longer lanes. I do love a good Ryan v Ryan fight, regardless of what map we're playing it on. So we'll see what they have in store for us. But overall, really good match. High Anxiety just able to edge out. I mean, Sig came back and they were able to get on the point, show up on the scoreboard a little bit, just not able to hold it that long.
36 elims. Woof, forehead showing up.
Absolutely dominating out there. And it looks like we got a good, 25 eliminations on the Moira, but also that almost 10,000 healing for Pepper. This is lots of big stats coming out of these teams.
Yeah, we don't have to get to highlight the supports, because the role of the support is, to silently keep everyone up and going. But yeah, great work from supports on both sides. As you see, once again, showing his forehead here. I would not be surprised to see the triple support again. It seems like it is popular for both teams, especially for the attack side on Kings Row, which we obviously don't know who that is yet. But I wouldn't be surprised to see them run it back. Maybe with a little more dive to try and get past this very small, narrow choke on that first point of Kings.
Yeah,
and, it looks like Forehead just kind of took the game by the horns in that one, and got all of the awards for that.
Yeah, Executioner Award, Kill Leader Award, Warlord Award. Forehead really just stacking the trophy shelf up right now. You love a good Ryan play. I mean, swinging the hammer, lots of good shatters. The fire strikes are on point. The team backing him up was on point. And that's really what it takes for a good Ryan. I used to be way back in the day, back in Overwatch 1. I was a Ryan main for quite a while. And if you don't have a decent team behind you to support you, it can get real lonely out there really quick. So for a Ryan to shine, you got to have a good team behind you.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a... I see people, I run at them. So Ryan is really bad for me as a player, because I just want to charge at everybody all the time. And so you see the picks kind of shaping up here. We see Timoshi. This is what I was expecting. We saw Timoshi on this Orisa in the last tournament, putting up so much great work. So glad to see them back on this tank roll. And we'll see what they lock in here. No surprise to see the Mei either. This is another pick I was going to talk about. The stall potential from a Mei, particularly on this first point, is so good as the defenders. Just being able to pop that wall in front of those gates, as we see setting up already. CJ is here and ready. I love it when they prove me right, setting up this wall in the middle. So what happens is they're going to try and dive in. As soon as maybe 1 or 2 heroes get past, the wall goes up, blocks everybody else out. You isolate the first tank and try and get that kill quickly, and then move off the back of it as we get into this game here.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like so Sinister Sig's on defense here. Anxiety, that Maywall goes up, able to isolate, not able to get an elimination off of it, though. I think we had a good Kiriko Suzu come in to create that invulnerability for just a second, just enough time to break down that Maywall. And we're going to wrap around the statue a little bit. We got a little hammer v hammer action here as Forehead Kiss, great support there. Health just got completely replenished almost immediately. And oh my goodness, it looks like, JM goes down. And that is going to give High Anxiety, I think, the push that they needed to get onto this point.
Yeah, they got so much space off the back of that first push past the Maywall that they got all the way around the statue before really Sinister could put up any defense. And I do like the idea of the Sigma, but they just got kind of ran. And there goes the Shadow. Oh, gets everybody again. Are you kidding?
Let's see, what can he follow up? We had a good Suzu there to stop some of the damage, able to take down. Looks like he got a couple eliminations kind of off of it with the help of his teammates, but oh my goodness, that Shatter keeping Sinister in the game.
What a comeback
wow.
fight. Take a bow.
That's
the
crazy. I mean,
they were
98% of the way there on having A down, and then it comes in with this huge Shatter, pops right into the zone, stops that growing, and then it basically shoves everybody off the point. What a good play.
That's going to be a tough to deal with for High Anxiety. They do have a Shatter of their own to work with, and we're definitely going to be looking for this as the initiation tool to try and get them in here. The Nano goes out on Riptide, and there we go. There's the Shatter. Good Suzu, though, immediately does get a kill, though. And there goes the Blizzard. Gets everybody with Bull over the top. Oh, these
man.
ults are crazy.
Yeah, that was an ult battle right there for sure. But both teams still have good ult economy. They both have 3 ults up, almost 4 ults up now. And so this is, I mean, the ult economy on both teams is something that I wanted to mention last game that I didn't get to, is that they're using their ults very strategically. They're not all just bursting their ults all at the same time, right? They're not all just smashing that button. It seems like there's some planning. Go through it. A little shatter there. Doesn't get much, but it allows Volks to come in, and he's able to get some eliminations off of it. Oh, 4. He gets the 5, the whole team kill. Absolutely insane Genji play there coming in. He didn't even Dragonblade.
Yeah, can we just confirm that that wasn't a Dragonblade? Because that was disgusting. How? The target selection is fantastic. Just picking off the low HP targets one by one.
Yeah,
okay, well, okay.
That dash reset, man, just making the absolute most of it. What a great heads up Genji play, and saving the Dragonblade, right? Didn't need to use it and still able to get a whole team kill.
Yeah, as you see, trades coming out now. Timishi getting Vol, JM trading out for Timishi, but they're holding so well, Sinister here, giving us a fight.
Nice shots by May there, yeah. Takes down the Ana there, and we got high anxiety or a forehead kiss coming in the back, trying to get something down. Big Sigma ult takes a lot of damage on it. Oh, the Bastion's almost down. Not able to quite finish him off. Great supports from high anxiety, keeping him in the game, keeping that forward damage. Volps comes in and takes him out. Finally, does use that Dragonblade, picks up a couple eliminations with it. Is it going to be enough? And
yeah, I actually want to call out the supports here on high anxiety for keeping Granite alive on that push. How they didn't go down after that Sigma roll is insane, and kind of helped them hold on to finally take that point, as we see now moving into the second part of this map. A long sight lines down here, so Ryan can still do some big work.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Ryan, get up on those corners and, you know, play the points, play the cover as you can. Still plenty of time to do work, and just allow his team to push up and really get some stuff going on. As you can see there, a big fire strike right on Timishi there. So, you know, Riptide's doing work out there. Big shatter comes around the corner, gets down a few, but Orisa blocks it off, blocks the assault, and the Riptide goes down instead. And Hanzo, Ging on Hanzo for high anxiety, shot out his dragon, able to pick up an elimination with that. And it looks like we have a fairly even team fight though, both down 2. J mode goes down. Sinister, I think, is probably going to lose this team fight. High anxiety going to allow to get a little push on this.
Yeah, I want to call out the timing there from Ging on that Hanzo ult. I don't know if they were already had that kind of prepped and ready to go, but doing that at the same time as the Shatter to stop any further progress on that was just fantastic timing. Gets the kill off the back of it as well, and yeah, Hanzo putting in some work in that fight to allow them to push forward more.
Absolutely. As soon as that shatter came down, I mean, you saw Timishi immediately start spinning the spear and just pushed everybody back, and then the Hanzo followed it up, and they just made that shatter basically null, and able to keep themselves in the game here. They're getting around to the corner in this final little hallway here. This is kind of one of the toughest spots to get around, I think. There's just a lot going on. We'll see if this double shield for high anxiety gives them the advantage they need. And ooh, nice little Mei wall. Orisa doesn't get anything with her ult. Maywall able to give everybody enough time to retreat so they don't get vacuumed into that.
I feel so bad as an Orisa though. You're done by a simple wall ability. Your entire ultimate just completely negated. But this is the power of Mei. This is why you see Mei being such a good staller. As GM gets a good pick on forehead, that might be what they need. But the Kyriel goes down. They might try and fight off the back of this, but they're just in a bit of a holding pattern as Sinister hold on pretty well. And here goes the Bastion over the top.
Oh, able to get some damage out there onto Sigma, but not able enough to take him down. And Bastion gonna come in. He's gonna destroy that Maywall CV. Oh, big anti there. JM goes down. Ging and Anna. Oh, Evil Chicken goes down as well. Ging popping off with the dragon, getting a couple eliminations on that. Riptide coming in. Volps coming in as well.
How is Riptide alive?
Hanging on by a thread, as high anxiety really is, like I said, this last corner, man, is a tough one to get around.
Oh, it really is, because there's, especially when, you know, you see what they're running, this very heavy front line, so much shields and stuff to try and get around. And I think this is one of the things that what I would like to see is maybe try a bit more dive, as you see Vol going in on the other side, showing them how to do it. The anti is really good though. It keeps him off them. Can he get any elims? He does get one. He manages to get the Ana in the end. Riptide gets Timoshi as well, so trade's all over, but it does back High Anxiety out.
Yeah, that Pepper threw a Suzu down onto Ukamiya's Ana and it basically saved her life so that she could get that anti off, which basically stalled the ult. So nice heads up play by Pepper to track an ulting Genji and then save the teammate at the same time. And then we got another team fight popping off. This is just non-stop action right now. Big
that looks good.
Sigma ult, not able to drop him very much. That little ledge kind of gets in the way there. You hate to see that, but that does enough to push them back. High Anxiety has to retreat and regroup.
Yeah, that looked a lot bigger than it turned out to be. A bit anticlimactic from me there. It seemed a lot bigger than it was, but you know, they clean up off the back of it. You know, Riptide just following up, and as we see this frontside battle still going. The Blizzard is out as well, but kind of on the side as over the top. CJ does get a pick forward, gets the counter kill as well, and it looks like they finally might have broken it.
Yeah, High Anxiety really came in to swing on that. As we saw there, Riptide threw the Shatter for Sinister, and Forehead Kiss was able to cancel it out, I think, there with a block. So not able to get much off of that ult, and now his is up, and he gets the Shatter in, and he goes down immediately. Not much going on there. Ging throwing in another dragon, picking up another elimination. Oh no! Riptide meet Gravity. The Orisa ult not able to get much there. Sinister came out swinging after that and picks up a team kill to hold on to the point.
Oh, that is expensive as well. Kind of, I feel like that might have been a bit of an ego shatter in their spawn there, or just to try and stall them and keep them off. But unfortunately, they do all end up going down. So, yeah, great fight all around. They do manage to get around that corner, so they get all 3 points here for High Anxiety right at the very end. And let's see what changes they decide to make to try and defend this time around.
Yeah, we'll see if they stick with the same. It looks like Sinister are going to attack, maybe switching it up a little bit. Riptide played with the monkey for a second, I guess, going back to the tried and true. We'll see how they can do on defense. That last corner, man, is just so tough with that spawn advantage for the defenders. They get back so quickly. Like, if you don't get a big team wipe, it's almost impossible to get that thing in there. So just really good.
So we do have some breaking news for you, which we are very, very happy to share. I believe we can share that now. Let me just confirm. That KTN, thanks to all of your amazing support, KTN is now confirmed to be going to DreamHack Atlanta.
Yeah, baby. We're doing it on the big stage.
So thank you to all of you for sticking around with us and supporting. We love doing this for you, and very, very happy that we then get to continue this in DreamHack Atlanta. So thank you as we get into the second half of this game.
Yeah, very exciting news. Thank you guys for sticking around. Just like Nick said, we do appreciate it. Let's get back into the game here, as High Anxiety is struggling on this first defense. Sinister coming in pretty strong right now. Forehead Kiss went down a little early. That's going to leave the team kind of hanging in the balance, as JM able to take down a nice little turret there. We've got Volp in the background trying to harass the Ana, able to get the elimination there. Oh, and they're going to pick up maybe another one on Torb. Nope.
He does survive.
I was waiting for it.
Great base, though. Very fast from Sinister. Really nice push in. They take it and hold them at the back part of that point and just waltz their way in, get the picks. Volt is doing so much work on this Genji, just putting so much pressure on this back line. And this is obviously what you want to see a Genji do.
Yeah, Genji, just go back, harass the Ana. I mean, I'm sure that Ukami is just so irritated with Volks right now. I know I would be. Just a good Genji that can just sneak around and harass the backline is incredibly irritating, incredibly frustrating to play against, and really sets up a lot of stuff for their team. And now Sinister coming in. Nice pin there. Sinister kind of just steamrolling down this hallway right now. It is just up to the supports, and they're not going to be able to hang on much. So Sinister going to pick up a lot of space right now.
Yeah, big shout to we haven't really talked much about Evil Chicken and Padlo here on the support duo, but the way that they are keeping Riptide up, Riptide is playing so unbelievably aggressively, and the supports are what allowing him to do that, and he's just getting in their face and brawling like a good Ryan should, and it's giving them all of this space. with this Mei backing him up as well. So big shout out to those.
Ooh, almost a big shatter there. Kind of did something weird. I think got caught up high on that Mei wall and not able to get the shatter that he wanted. But we do have the Kiriko ult out, and Riptide's gonna go in. He gets one elimination right before he charged in, but not able to make much happen after that. High Anxiety pushing back, forehead kiss, holding that front line really strongly right now, telling Sinister you're not gonna get it this easy. Back up a little bit.
Yeah, and we finally see Ging coming into this game on this Torb in this half. We didn't really talk about the Torb switch. Obviously, defensively, very, very good. But I think it is to try and dissuade Bull as well from diving so much on this Genji. As we see Riptide again, just getting a double. Trades all around, but it is... Oh, it looks like Ging might actually be coming out on top, as CJ is still in this fight on the Mei.
Ging picking up 3 eliminations there with the Torble, or 2 with the ult and 1 with the turret, I guess. Able to kind of hold it on for his team here, and kind of soloing right now. Does get annied, not able to get a whole lot of healing. Able to back out though, just playing the cover really, really well. Kiriko in there, keeping him in the game of Torb v Mei 1v1. You don't see that very often. Ging able to get that final headshot and take the victory there.
Oh, that was just a wonderful 2v2, dancing around the cart with the support each way. Trying to see who's going to get the better of it. As we see that everybody comes back in now. Forehead gets a kill. We see Riptide getting a kill. There goes the shatter. And it looks like Forehead is going to wash over this fight off the back of it. And they do get a push on.
High Anxiety coming in big, rebounding on that little team fight, coming back in after the Torb v Mei 1v1 and saying, "No, we got your back, man. We're here now. We can handle this."
Yeah, also shout out to the players loving the emote spamming here as well when they win a fight. We love to see that sportsmanship happening in the game, as we see everybody coming back for another big brawl fight.
Yeah, good anti on Riptide there. Not able to finish him off, able to get back and get some healing. Gonna play this corner quite a lot. Looks like the Mei ult goes out, and I think everybody able to escape it, honestly. So not a whole lot going on there. Kind of a zoning ult is what we'll call that one. And Pepper in the background just throwing those healing cards out as much as they can, keep everybody alive. And JM having to back up a little bit and just play the corner a little more. High Anxiety not getting shy. They are pushing up pretty fast here. Forehead almost overextends. Gets reeled back in, I think, by the team there. Ging kind of caught out on the own. Nope, Forehead going to come in and give him a little shield there to get back as well.
Yeah, it's worth noting as well that Timishi has gone on to this Sigma to try and mirror match. Because it's been working so well for Sinister in this attack side. As he's the shatter through the point. Are you kidding? That was crazy work from Riptide.
Yeah, he knocked down 4. Team was able to clean him up. High Anxiety gets team wiped basically. So now, yeah, Sinister's got the second point. That was a great shatter. Let's watch it again.
That was unbelievable.
He used the cart as cover so they couldn't see it coming and couldn't stop him. And then I think he got slept there, so he didn't get to really capitalize on it, but the team pounced and made the most of it there. Nice heads-up play by basically all of Sinister.
Okay, take it back, Riptide. That was some 3,000 IQ play. I would not have thought to do that, but yeah, obviously a very accomplished Ryan player if you're giving us stuff like that. As you see on the other side, blocked by the Mei wall, so not much off the back of that, but they are getting the picks. Granite does get a pick on Padlo. Ging takes out Riptide, so it looks like they might be able to defend this.
Yeah, High Anxiety coming out with a strong defense after that second point got taken. Big Suzu for Pepper to keep Forehead Kiss in the game there. He almost went down after that little overextend. And good antis. I mean, the Anas out here, the antis that they're throwing have been phenomenal so far. Just lots of anti-healing going out and really forcing people to play a little bit more reserved than maybe they want to.
Yeah, and again, let's shout out these supports, these Suzus and these antis together. Oh, and the sleep as well with the anti on the back of it. These supports are holding it down in these games.
Oh, Riptide charges in, Forehead charges in, overextended just a little bit. Riptide makes him pay that price, but Riptide goes down as well. High Anxiety, unrelenting, keeping the pressure on another big anti. Timishi goes down, Volt coming in, taking down a couple people in the back line as well. CJ cleaning it up, and then Padlo, both we had a little Kiriko v Kiriko battle there, it looks like, and Sinister gonna add some distance here, push this card a little bit. Yeah,
a minute on the clock as well, and I'm quite interested at how CJ is using these blizzards, because to us, it might seem like it's zoning, but they're initiating the fights with it and forcing them outside of that area into a position where the rest of the team can then capitalize off the back of their forced mispositioning. So it might seem a bit weird how it's being used, but it's working for them really well because the team are playing around it so well.
Yeah, like we kind of mentioned earlier, the ult usage is very good. There's never been a, you know, they've used 2 or 3 ults at a time, but there's always another ult on deck for the next team fight. They've never, I think, really gotten into a team fight without having an ult ready. A big ult there by Sigma, able to take down a couple with the assist on that. And looks like we got a couple ults going off. Volp coming in with the Dragonblade, really hard to follow. He takes down Ging, who does get the lava out in time though. Not able to make a whole lot off of that high anxiety with a strong defense there.
Yeah, 10 seconds left as well. This might just be a straight full hold. Someone's going to have to try and get in here and touch. But 5 seconds left. I think this is just going to have to be a balls to the wall charge. And there we go. Tries to get in. It looks like he's going to be blocked off. So, they have actually touched somehow the shatter as well. But they are going down one by one by one. Vol, can you stall this out? They finally go down, and it looks like a crazy hold from high anxiety.
Wow.
To take the game.
Yeah, I didn't know that high anxiety was gonna be able to hold that out after that shatter. A couple eliminations. Volt went in there, was doing his thing, and high anxiety just kind of pulled themselves up by their bootstraps, so to speak, and hung on by the skin of their teeth there to go ahead and take that round. Wow.
Yeah, and we called it out early on in that map as well. Ging on this Torb did so much work against, specifically I think Vol on this Genji, made it so hard for him to get value on that pick. And just, you know, holding down these corners, these tight angles, forcing a lot of healing and usage off the back of it. And then, yeah, those ult timings were great across the board. So, great series.
Yeah, great series altogether. I mean, the first round we had, the first map rather, only Zhong Tower, we had all the Ryan v Ryan, the huge shatters, everything back and forth. And I feel like the second on King's Row, it was very DPS and support oriented, right? The tanks were doing stuff to make a little bit of space for their team, but it was really the supports and the DPS that were capitalizing and keeping their tanks in the game. It's really easy for a Ryan to overextend. It takes just one button, you know what I mean? And just press one button and all of a sudden you're over there. So a lot of great
That's where the Ana comes in.
Yeah.
You're talking about the Ryan's overextending. That's where the Ana really comes into play for the sleep, the anti, and suddenly you're out in no man's land without a shield, on the floor, antied, and then you've got nowhere else to go off the back of it. So, yeah, great work from... I personally will call out the supports in that one. I think on both sides, the Anas and the Kiris did incredible work for their teams.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely keeping them in the game. I mean, really swaying the way the fights went, right? There were a lot of fights where it was like, oh, these guys are getting knocked down like dominoes right now. But all of a sudden, supports make a big play, a big anti or a big Suzu keeps somebody alive, you know, cancels an ult, whatever it may be. So yeah, really heads up the plays by the supports on both sides. Really kind of changed the way a lot of those team fights went.
Yeah, so I believe that's our first series done.
Yeah.
For the day. So we don't get to see Suravasa in this one. Straight 2-0 from High Anxiety, but well played to both teams. It was great to see them both, and obviously we'll see High Anxiety back in the finals for today.
Yes,
we
yes.
move into our next series very shortly.
Yeah, we'll have another series coming up here soon. Any big plays that you saw in that last one? Anything that you were like, yes, let me see more of that?
Honestly, I kind of want to see, and this is just from a caster perspective because this is what we love to see, but the flashy dive plays, you know, things like Genji. I want to see, particularly if we do get to Suravasa, you know, I want to see some more fun dive tanks. Let's see some Winston, some Divas, you know, these kind of, and then some more, yeah, Genji, some flashy stuff for sure.
Yeah.
And that's just me being very selfish.
I get that. Man, almost 24k healing coming out of Pepper amazing. Here off of the Guardian Angel reward, and it does look like Riptide edged out forehead kisses for that Warlord this time with those 40 eliminations, man. 7 ult uses. I mean, the almost 25k damage, 24k damage. And the tanks were out here just slaying. Yeah, and that is in the defense and the attack. But I mean, that's a lot of ults. I mean, like I said, the ult economy was so good, man. It was just every fight there was a different ult going on. Yeah, and he had 7 ults, which gives him the ult farmer as well, which was the most ults basically used in that round there. So yeah, Riptide came back. He said that Forehead Kisses got too many of those awards last time. He's gonna go ahead and snag a couple of them for himself. He's got a trophy case he's got to get full too.
And definitely the ult economy is something that I think you see from very good teams, because it's very easy to overcommit. You know, you see a big fight going off, you see like a Shadow go down and a Blizzard go down, and then suddenly Genji, you know, nano blading in, and everyone just wants to dump it, right? But
sound like you played some plat lobbies before.
Yeah, let's call it plat rather than bronze. Yeah, when you it's very common that you want to just ult dump, you know, and the ability to read the fight properly and then hold back when you know you've already kind of taken the fight is definitely something that we see from these more top-end teams.
Yeah, the ult economy, just playing off of each other really well. The heads-upness of it too, right? Like, I don't know what the comms sound like. To be a fly on the wall would have been great, but there's got to be call-outs because they were comboing them pretty well. But even if there weren't, I mean, when the Rhine would shatter, but the Rhine, you know, he'd maybe knock down a few of the opponents and then not be able to do anything with it. You know, just nothing going on with it. And then all of a sudden the team for the Rhine would just pick up and they would just finish off all those eliminations. So the Rhine wasn't able to make the most out of his shatter, but the team had a heads up and they were able to maneuver and capitalize on those knockdowns.
And before we get into this game, just one last crazy shout out for that insane shadow behind the cart. Crazy work. As we get into the second series here from Shiggle, Gitters, and Padcast on either side, starting again on Lijiang Tower.
All right, looks like we have our early picks coming in. They still have 10 seconds to switch them up. It looks like we've seen a little bit of a different loadout. We've got a Junker Queen coming out for Shiggle, and a little Roadhog action. We haven't seen Roadhog much in these tournaments lately. So how do you feel about these comps going head to head?
I mean, super interesting. I love when people throw out crazy picks. You know, it's always very interesting for us because obviously we're so used to seeing this Ryan Zarya, you know, on this map particularly for this first point. So I love the change. I think Rhodey can be okay, but the hooks are going to get blocked quite a lot of the time. I think it's going to be hard to find value on that. But as I say that, he just goes for the punch instead. I don't need the hook. I'm just going to punch the Genji in the face.
Yeah,
and Bard follows up off the back of it as well to get the mercy kill.
Yeah,
and we
Bard
should call out Bard. Bard was a standout player from our last tournament, so definitely keep an eye on this player.
Yeah, knows where in DPS, and then immediately slammed into a wall by Doobie. You hate to see that, but it does look like Shiggle going to push in pretty strong. Padcast not able to hold on to it, and they did pack up a few percentage points there, but Shiggle going to take it over on that second team fight. Does look like Mercy is pretty much pocketing Bard. I mean, right now they're on Coda because Bard's not there, but early on that team fight, trying to make the most out of that Bastion turret mode, I think, and just put all that front end damage down.
And a quick behind the scenes shout out to Midnight here. We talked earlier about getting a kill on Mercy, and they did exactly that. So they must be feeling great about Mercy. So just a quick behind the scenes shout out there.
Yeah, you love a good battle, Mercy. Sometimes you got to put the staff away, pull out the pistol, and go slay. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't supposed to rhyme, but it did. Nice little shatter here as we're coming in.
Great
Roadhog cancels it, though. Big bubble by Zarya. And Roadhog almost has him up. The heals are insane right now. We've got a little ult coming in as well by Bard, able to take down Doobie Dan. Jackal also goes down. Coda. Nice, taking down the Mercy there. And it does look like Shiggle might have the hold on this one.
Yeah, Zippy showing us how to make this Rhodey work. The reaction time to get that hook off before any shield or anything can come up. Great work, and yeah, Zippy getting it done.
Yeah, Zippy really holding together, picking up 3 eliminations there right at the end of that little team fight. Oh, we've got a little response. Doobie versus Zippy. We got Frankenhog versus Frankenhog right now. Interesting comps. We'll see what happens. Bastion getting targeted. Poor little guy. Bard goes down. That was a personal ult, I feel like.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to jump on to Midnight as she is trying to keep everybody alive on point right now as Padcast really pushing in. Shiggle holding it together. We get a little Reaper ult, but canceled immediately by Jackal's ult. Midnight gets the res off on Kiriko. Zippy coming in with the Roadhog gun. You're gonna pick up a couple eliminations again, man. Zippy really coming in clutch here. Gets the 3rd elimination. Zippy just says, When it looks like Shiggle is about to lose the point, Zippy comes in and cleans up.
Yeah, it was a super like the dynamics of what was happening is they're getting these early pickoffs. The red team here, they're getting these early pickoffs, getting 1 or 2, but then they come back and this roadie is just never dying. So like Padcast are getting 1 or 2 as we see here, and then Zippy staying alive with the help of Midnight on this Mercy. And kind of an unspoken person here that was just sustaining throughout it all is Coda. Coda on this Junker, you know, the flashy hooks and stuff are coming from Zippy, but Coda just quietly in the back, just getting in everybody's faces as well, and doing great work. So Shiggle just continue to out-sustain the fights, getting that res off and playing the numbers game and playing it very well.
Honestly, at the beginning when we saw those comps, I didn't expect the zero shield team to be able to hold the defense as well as they did. But I think just the aggression of their tanks right now, and then Zippy able to close that distance and bring people to him and being good with those hooks, and then Coda doing what Junker Queen does best, which is just getting in your face, being basically unkillable, and just making you kind of run, and just really kind of capitalizing on that aggression. So they never really played defense. They were kind of always strategically offensive.
Yeah, and quick shout out to Verm there for switching onto the Bastion just to ult the opposite Bastion. We love to see that in a competition like this. As we see some switches coming in, the Hecatrix going onto that junk. And we also see Verm switching as well as Bard goes onto that Soldier and already putting in some work.
Yeah, it looks like Robo pretty charged up though at a 70%. Oh, able to get the res off. Midnight almost goes down. Does pay for it afterwards with Heck, gets her with the mine there. And yeah, Shiggle gonna go ahead and take the point right now. Padcast not able to push onto it quite as well as they want. They're kind of playing this cover a little bit. Need the tanks to get in there and make some space so the DPS can come in there and make something happen.
Yeah, I think if they managed to take Midnight out before that res goes off, then they would have been able to have a bit more room to push in. But the hook goes out again. And Dan's saying, hey, anything you can do, Zippy, I can do better. And then Zippy goes, you know what? Nah, I'm going to get a double. And this is a roadie versus roadie we've got right now. With who is on this Reaper silently as well, racking up a lot of kills.
Yeah, you love a good Reaper against the roadie. There it is as Doobie goes down. Hussar absolutely coming in, just hitting those headies, man. You can just tank a roadie with that, especially if they've already used their health juice. So he's going to pull back a little bit, see if he can get it to a different spot. He's got ult coming up here. We'll see if he tries to top down. What do you think? He's going to take it from the top turnbuckle there?
Yeah, I think so. As we see, 97% creeping up. Bard also has sights. And we see, I'm just going to go for it. We see Queef on this Kiri with theirs as well. So definitely ult economy in Shiggle Gitters' favor hugely here. But Verm with a good early pickoff. This might be what Padcast need to get in. As we see setting up, goes up top. Here comes the drop. Go, he gets everyone.
It's big.
Oh, that looks so much better. I thought that was going to be everyone. Gets a double though. Bard follows up as well. Midnight with the res. So the numbers advantage is for Shiggle still.
I think that they've got the hold on this as long as they can take down the supports. Jackal goes down. Yeah, Hussar comes back in after that Mercy res and able to take down a couple. Let's talk about Midnight, man. These reses have been great, keeping him in the game. I mean, we thought this was going to be huge. I thought he was getting 3 there for sure. Goes down, and then Midnight immediately jumps over for that res with Bard covering, and that gives Hussar the second life basically to get in there and clean it up and keep Shiggle on point.
Yeah, it was so fast as we see Shiggle take this round. Take the second round, sorry. But yeah, I do want to point out they did turn very fast. So the reaction times for both teams is really, really good here. The Zarya turns around to get who is dead, but the res immediately afterwards. Yeah, crazy work.
And we got
I can't believe this is play the game.
Yeah, I don't know that. I don't even know that I paid attention to this while it was happening. It must have been kind of happening in the background, but classic Overwatch, yeah.
Classic Overwatch.
Yeah, but able to pick up got both healers there and a little DPS action. So yeah, good plays by Hussar on Reaper, man. I mean, it's fun to see that ult come down from the top where he just goes that like slow motion spin, you know what I mean? And it looked huge and it was big. And then Midnight really kind of put the cherry on top of that with that res, giving him the second life there. So Shiggle takes the first round there. It looks like we're going to be moving on to King's Row, and we'll see if Shiggle's...
About the rebrawl, I feel like even if you know it's coming, like even if you know, because it's quite a common play to then go up to the top and drop down, right?
Yeah.
And drop but even if you know it's coming, there's so much chaos happening that sometimes situations like that are just going to happen. He immediately TPs up top and just drops straight down and just gets a couple before he goes down. So sometimes those kind of plays, even if you're ready for it, it's still going to be incredibly effective.
Yeah, he dropped right onto the squishies too, and that's what you want to do. You don't want to drop in front of the tank, right? You want to try and drop on the back line, and was able to do that.
Roadhog, instant hook, dead. Okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Fortunately, Zippy wasn't there that time, right?
A great game one, and a big shout out again to the supports. I mean, we talked about these a couple of times, but supports from both sides doing a great job of keeping everyone up and going.
Yeah. Supports. I mean, the unsung heroes of Overwatch, right? If you've ever been a support main for any period of time, you know that struggle, right? Where you're keeping everybody alive, but nobody seems to notice you. I notice you. Nick notices you. We notice you guys.
We see you. Players, okay? We see you.
We see you guys out there putting in work, keeping the team alive. With some great reses, good plays all around, man.
What do you move into King's Row for the second round?
Yeah, what do you think? What do you think we're going to see here? What kind of switches do you think we're going to get?
I wouldn't be surprised if we see Ryan again. But given the fact that we've seen Rhodey be so successful and Zippy, obviously, as we see here, 28 elims showing up. Didn't even need to use the ultimate. Just had one. Didn't really need to use it.
Just the one, yeah.
Just the one. Just happy with that. But I wouldn't be surprised to see that because, the displacement tool of the hook is so good for this first point at King's Row as well. If you can find that timing, let's say, he's playing into Orion and you find that timing to get him out of position so you can push off the back of it, it can be really effective.
Yeah, you can sneak someone around the corner where they can't get healed. It's easy. Can be potentially easy eliminations. The lack of mobility can be trouble, and these long hallways with no shield can be a little interesting. But man, the award's really diverse right now. Kind of everybody got one. Nobody really dominated on the award front, so good to see that. But it means a lot of good play coming from everybody right now. A lot of even play, a lot of supporting each other. So very good. And
I was gonna call this out for Shiggle Gitters. For those of you who watched the last qualifiers, you will have seen how ridiculous Bard is on Cassidy. So I was fully expecting this pick. This player is a monster on this pick. So look out for this as we see the Ryan Zarya again for Padcast. As expected, and Zippy, staying on that hog.
Yeah, and then it looks like we do have a little bit of surprise with Hecatrix going to go Widowmaker here. We haven't seen we've seen some Hanzos. We haven't really seen a Widow I don't even know if we had a Widow maybe in the last tournament either. I don't remember, but we'll see. A Widow on this first point can be absolutely devastating if they can get a couple early picks.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be staying up here like we see, try and get a pick or two, and then they'll probably swap off. I feel like this is quite a common tactic on Kings because of this height and the availability to be able to maybe get one or two squishes if they poke around that corner. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Heck swap off that soon enough.
Yeah. I don't think they'll carry it past the first point, but interesting to see because we haven't really seen it. There'll be even a lot of kind of poke and deathball type comps right now. So we'll see if they're able to really do something with that. And not a whole lot going on with these first team fights. Just a lot of kind of poke, a little bit of damage going out. No big eliminations or anything yet. And it does look like Heck going to move up, try to get a better angle and see if they can. Oh, Reaper going to teleport up and force him back into retreat, though. Oh, almost gets the hook shot. You love to see the fancy shots come out, right?
Yeah, I called out for some flashy plays. So, yeah, let's give it to us, Heck. We're ready for it.
Nice shot by Bard. Yeah, takes down Verm. He kind of overextended, lost his little Reaper ghost there, not able to get back in time. And Bard needs to reload. Able to take down Doobie as well. We got Hunter gonna res Verm there, so Reaper back in the game. Bard picking up a few eliminations on that, and that's gonna keep. Yeah, that's good. I guess that's gonna keep Padcast out.
I do love the attempt. They were trying to split them up, and this is something you see happen a lot on this first point at Kings because it is quite such a tight point to try and get in on. Going into that room on the left, try and get in behind them, get these backliners and split them up, you know, divert their attention. But Shiggle were very good. The comms are obviously on point, and they made sure to cover their bases after that first pick to drive them back again. So big reset to try and get back in.
Yeah, and nothing. The point hasn't even been touched yet right now. Shiggle doing a great job at keeping everybody behind or under wraps, really. We try to make a little bit of a maneuver. Ooh, big stun, big hook. Zippy and Bard team up on Doobie, take him down. That's going to make the push for Padcast pretty difficult here as they lost their main tank. Bard able to take down Verm again, hitting those last little shots on the low HP enemies. You love to see a Cassidy that can target the weak ones.
And this is what we talked about, right? The repositioning from that hook is so devastating. If you find that timing, you know, you can guarantee a pick. And then that kind of quells the attack completely once you get that first pick, as we see a lot of ultimates coming up right now from both sides. So expect a bit of an ult dump as here we go. The Cassidy backing them all off with that high noon. Probably not going to get anything off the back of it, but just making sure that they can't push forward as Heck does get a pick, forces out that res.
Nice, yeah. Yeah, sometimes, I mean, the Cassidy ults and a lot of these first spares with lots of cover is, you know, there's just zoning ults, keep people back, keep them off the point a little bit. It also allow your team to push up, gain position, and charge a little bit of their ult as we're getting back into it right now. Man, the revives from Mercy right now. Hunter revives Verm again, keeping him in the fight here. Bard immediately sends him back to the grave, though Verm having a little bit of a tough time on Reaper here, I think.
Oh, that's a lovely grab though.
In the pocket. Yeah, big grab, gets a few. Lazar comes in with the ult, takes down a couple, and it does look like Shiggle gonna kind of steamroll onto Padcast there and send him back to spawn.
Okay, I never thought I would have to say this sentence in a public setting, but Queef, that was ridiculously good. That Suzu was outrageous. Gets absolutely everybody in that, keeps them up, and yeah, great defense off the back of it.
Yeah, fantastic. And it really just kind of turned the tide of that fight right there. It was looking pretty bleak for Shiggle with that grab, and then the Suzu really just turned that battle, and everybody did what they needed to do, hit the shots they needed to hit, and kept it in the game. Ecatrix goes down, Zippy able to take him down. Yeah, that is going to be it for the first round here on King's Row, man. Shiggle with a very stalwart defense.
Yeah, they look very, very on point right now. This is going to be a tall order for Padcast, and I think this is where you just have to throw caution to the wind, throw some stuff out left field, try and catch them off guard, because Shiggle are on comfort right now. Zippy on this Rhodey, Bard on this Cassidy, Midnight on this Mercy. They are all on comfort. Who's on this Reapers? So if I'm Padcast here, I'm looking at it and going, our standard drafts are not working. Let's throw something completely left field and see if we can make this work.
Yeah, it does look like they're going to front load the damage here. We're going to throw the Torb out there with the turret, get that extra little gunner out there. Verm's going to go into turret mode on Bastion and just try to break those Coda shields down, and see if they can really see if they can nuke Zippy. I'm surprised, honestly, that we haven't seen an Ana come out to counter the Roadhogs.
Yeah, that's, I mean, the antis could go absolutely crazy. We saw it in the first series, right? How effective that can be. Just, I mean, in general, how good that ability is, but yeah, particularly into the Roadhogs. But I think we see Doobie Dan matching this as well, realizing, hey, we've kind of got to match this displacement because it is working out really well for Shiggle.
Yeah, trying anything to hang on. I mean, this is going to be a long 4 minute for them. Oh, almost a huge hook there. Huzar takes down the turret. That's about the only elimination we've had so far in this round. And just a lot of poke here at the gates, which you see that's the hardest place to get. Nice hook there. Zippy, able to get out of there. Almost got eliminated. That was a good hook by Doobie. And he gets hooked
this
again.
Is just going to be a game of hooks. Everybody lock in. This is who has the better hooks right now. There we see Zippy better of it.
Zippy catches him off guard, able to take Doobie out, but Robo comes in and says, Zippy, not so fast, man. We're going to even this fight out a little bit. Over Midnight Muse, bringing Zippy right back into the front line of the battle with the Mercy res there. Padcast kind of on their backs right now. This is going to be a tough fight for them to stay in. We'll see if... Oh, Coda goes down, able to... Man, Robo must be charged up right now. Coda got melted. The Bard coming in the background takes down a support there on Jackal, but kind of alone right now. Does need to retreat. She's kind of behind. Maybe gets the Zarya. No, not quite. Able to back out with the bubble. Nice heads up play by Mercy to keep Bard in that fight.
Yeah, Robo just doing some great work. And as I say that, they get immediately taken out. I'm not sure there's a res for it either. The Casadeel is great from Bard, drives them all off the point. It is completely free for them now. They're going to have to try and walk it in. But Dan, Hecatrix, both with a kill each. They might be able to walk this back in off the back of the Torble. There's no way they've managed to contest this. Dan with another kill as well. How have they kept that up? That's some insane work from Padcast.
That is a crazy rebound right there. I thought for sure that Shiggle had it off of the ult from Bard there. Knocked everybody out, got an elimination. Team followed through, and Padcast just absolutely, I'm rubber, you're glue, and we're sending this right back to you. God, that was dorky. But anyway, we're going back into this next fight here. Padcast with a huge hold, man. That's the stuff that gets me excited about this game, those type of rebounds like that.
Yeah, when sometimes it's the small, subtle things that turn a fight. And I think in this one, this is going to be ham-fisted with a lot of ults on the board. Queef with theirs, Coda with theirs as well. Robo looking for a grab. Here goes down, but immediately gets hooked. He does manage to keep himself alive. And on the other side, Zippy says, I can do this better than you. Gets one. It might get them onto the point. Everyone's going to have to back up off the back of it. Can we see another crazy re-engage from Padcast? They do have the Valkyrie. There we go.
Oh, man.
Padcast,
yeah. Oh, they're coming out. It's just Bard right now. See if he can get him down. Wow.
Okay, Torb might be the king of this map for today. This is unbelievable work from there. We saw the Torb in the last series as well. Hecatrix once again getting themselves back in here with the lava and just putting in so much work.
Man, yeah, the bounce back ults and just the plays, that really not giving it up, right? Just really pushing and kind of death balling like just a wrecking ball back in there. And yeah, Hecatrix with the big ults, the floor is literally lava, keeping people off the point and turning up big for his team, man.
30 seconds left on the clock. This is all down to the ults. Look at what they're working with. This is going to have to go huge as Huizar goes in, does get one, but immediately gets taken out. It's a 1-for-1. I'm not sure that's going to be good enough. Coda does get the kill on Robo. Do they get the point? Because this is all or nothing right now. 15 seconds left on the clock. They need another recontest, but it looks like they might get it.
I don't think Pat's going to get back there in time. This is going to be moving forward here. Shiggle able to just come in there and dominate that spot, man. Finally able to take control of it.
Yeah, and it cost them a lot. They had to use a lot of the ults to get in there, but great work to finally take that on.
Well, let's see what happens as they're pushing down on this first little road here.
They've got plenty of time. The time is quite long, so they've got plenty of time to reset themselves and have themselves set up here as Zippy fishing for another hook. And that turret placement is so irritating up against the wall up there. As we hear it go off, Verm does get a kill on Midnight. That is a big kill because this Mercy rezzing has been crazy.
Yeah, her res
so
is
impactful already.
Her res has contributed hugely to a lot of the team fights that they have won for Shiggle right there. We've got just a little bit of ults going off here. The Kiriko ult comes in. Bard goes down to Hecatrix with that Torbolt again. Nice hook by Doobie on Zippy, and Doobie going to retreat a little bit while he hits the juice there. And it does look like, yeah, Padcast able to defend Shiggle from getting around that second corner.
Yeah, and we see Hecatrix. We see Hecatrix once again building off the back of that ult as well. Once again, this Torb is kind of laying the groundwork figuratively and literally to keep them in this.
Yeah, very annoying turret placement again up above the arch there. You can see Shiggle wasn't too keen to jump out in front of it. Oh, Bard goes down early. That's going to be a big loss for Shiggle on this push. We'll see if we can get the res. Yeah, Midnight does get the res. Bard's back in. Nice grab. Big grab. Big Suzu. I don't think they're going to get much off of it as... Oh, big shatter. Able to take down 4, I think, with it. We'll see if they can capitalize on it. And oh man, immediately get pushed back. A huge shatter by Coda, but Padcast says not today. Not gonna make anything happen. But Huizar says actually we are gonna come back and we are gonna make something happen. And Huizar drops the ult and picks up, I think, four eliminations and an assist.
Just to call this out for everyone who's a little bit confused right now, obviously they have won already. but we like to let them play it out, seeing as they're kind of already in it. So while Shiggle have already won the game, we are letting them play it out.
Yes. Shiggle did defend fully the first point, and then they did capture the first point when they were on attack. So that does give them the round victory and the match victory. But this is kind of just for fun seasons and see what happens right now. So everybody's just out here having a good time on this final little push here.
Stat padding.
Stat padding, exactly. Yeah. Just like the All-Star game after the season. Midnight goes down. Do be able to take her out before she gets the res off. I think that might be the first res that she's really paid for on that one. Finally saw somebody looking for those here. It looks like Zippy's taking a lot of damage right now as he's got the power up from Ana on him right now, and really trying to push people back as Shiggle needs to regroup here. Coda coming back in. We'll see Padcast. Lots of damage coming out on Dakota, immediately switching into turret form there, getting boosted by Hunter there in the back. Hunter doing a lot of work, keeping people up with the Mercy heals, but also the damage boosting has been very good.
So if I'm Padcast here, this is where I start to bring out the like 6 DPS comps. You know, let's roll it. You know, have a bit of fun. See what. But I mean, they are getting the picks. Hecatrix gets another pick on Uizar. So they are kind of holding down this lane, as you see Robo just walking it forward off the back of that shield.
Yeah, man, 87, 89 charge. Like, I mean, that's a lightsaber at that point. You're just melting people. I hate to be on the other end of a fully charged Zarya. So Padcast able to hold it from the third point there. But the round and the match still does go to Shiggle Gitters. God, these names,
yeah,
man.
let's shout out to that team for making the worst name possible for us for this cast. But yeah, Shiggle Gitters have obviously won this game, so congratulations to them. Fantastic work. Fantastic work.
Yeah, man, good plays all around. Fun to let them play it out a little bit when there's not so much pressure on, and just kind of see what happens. You know, those are kind of where you see some of those good, fun, goofy, interesting plays. You know, Torb, Hex on Torb just getting creative with those turret placements.
How good was Torb?
He was so good,
in
man.
Both series. I would not be surprised to see that come out in the final either.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Torb doing work out here today. You know, I don't know what we're gonna see in the finals. We have a little bit of variety, I think, on the two teams that have won. So we'll see how that goes together when they clash, and for that real finals match there. But yeah, lots of good play on both sides, kind of all the way through this tournament so far.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've got some great teams to go up against each other. These two have played previously, so we could have some fun revenge matchups there as well.
Yeah,
but we talked about Bard on that Cassidy as well.
Yeah, and there you saw that Torble again with Hex getting that first big rebound, I think, where we thought, ooh, this is going to be it for Padcast. Shiggle's going to come back, and Shiggle's going to push them off with that Bard ult, and then they just came back in, and good rebounds by Padcast. Way to stay in the game. You know, it's really easy to get pushed off point or whatever and kind of lose your momentum and think, oh, it's maybe just not worth it. It's kind of lost. But Padcast never threw in the towel that early. They really literally fought to the last player. So it was really fun to watch. That first point was just a tug of war battle here. We're going through some of the awards here. It does look like Queef on Kiriko gets the Guardian Angel again with that 20k healing, and heck, most of this damage definitely came from Torborn, but the 20,000 damage giving the Warlord award there, man. Heck, absolutely played. I didn't see a whole lot, honestly, going on with the Widow, so the Torb was a great switch.
Yeah, and it's, you know, we did talk about it in the beginning. You know, that advantage to be flexible as well, going onto that Torb, really shows them as a player, you know, not just kind of one-tricking it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, big shout out to Padcast, like you said, you know, great effort in coming back. Gave us a good shout, you know, they gave us a good battle. And I thought they might be able to triple hold. If they did a third one, that would have been absolutely insanity. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely good fights there. And so that's the end of our quarterfinals here. They're coming to a close, so our competitors are going to take a short break to strategize, and then we'll be moving into our finals here shortly. So Nick, what do you expect to see from competitors in the upcoming match? Any team strategies, anything you're expecting to shine in our finals coming up here?
Well, I wonder, I think we're definitely going to see some more Hog. And I wonder what I think the May, we're going to see some on May as well, because I think that worked really well in the first series.
Yeah.
I would like to see a bit more spice. We're definitely going to see probably some similar drafts, but it's how they adapt throughout the game. You know, probably some Genji, as we saw as well. So I'm super interested to see how they adapt to each other, particularly in these tank matchups, because I feel like outside of the Roadhog, it's been very similar kind of Rhine Zarya combo. So I would like to see some tank variation, and I think the supports will be pretty much quite samey. Kiri, Anna's, Mercy's.
Yeah, I mean, we got to remember that on that first, the Lijiang, I believe it was Shiggle that was playing Roadhog Junker Queen, right? Whereas before, in the very first matches, it was basically more standard, I think, tank breakouts. So we just see how the non-shield selection versus the kind of more standard Ryan Zarya selection goes going into that first match there. So we do want to remind everybody, guys, vote in the poll. Support your favorite team, right? There's going to be a poll up in chat. Make sure you guys get your votes in, show your teams some support. And for anybody that is new joining us here in the chat tonight, let's go through just a little bit of a quick rundown of what we're doing right now. Okay, so this is called the Dragonblade Arena League 6v6 edition. My name is Slevin. I'm your play-by-play caster this evening, and in the booth with me today is my co-caster and game analyst, Simply Nickish. Now, if you're new here, the Dragonblade Arena League 6v6 is a single elimination league where our teams tonight are battling across 3 pre-selected maps. Before each round begins, every team will also choose one hero to ban from play. And with tonight's qualifier on the line, these teams aren't just fighting for bragging rights. They're chasing the chance to compete at DreamHack Atlanta this October for a cash prize. And we just got word earlier in this match that KTN has been selected by Kick2Go and actually do a live cast from DreamHack Atlanta. So thank you guys so much for the support on that. We wouldn't have made it there without you guys. So huge shout out, W's in chat for yourselves, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So now before we get into our kind of next match, we're going to go through the map pool and the scoring system again here. So the first map in tonight's rotation is Lijiang Tower. Now this is a control map, and teams here are going to fight to hold the center point in a King of the Hill style game mode. The first team to reach 100% on the objective will be declared the winner of that round. Second in the rotation is King's Row. Now this is a hybrid map where in the first round teams will attempt to capture a control point and then escort a payload through up to 2 additional objectives. The team who pushes the payload the furthest will be declared the winner of that match. In the event of a 1-1 tie, the tiebreaker in our rotation is Suravasa. We have yet to play this tonight. This is going to be a flashpoint map where teams will battle to capture a series of control points. Each time a point is secured, another will unlock. The first team to capture these 3 objectives will be declared the winner. Now, before we start setting up the final match, I would like to take a second to thank our incredible staff here at KTN. These tournaments would not be possible without you. To everyone in chat, go show our staff, team, ambassadors, and KTN partners some support in the panels below. To those of you out there interested in competing in our future tournaments or leagues, head over to our website. It's kicktournamentnetwork.com. There you can find all of our socials, the event scoreboards, KTN merch, and our upcoming tournaments. I do want to remind you guys that anybody of any skill level is welcome to make a team and participate in a tournament. If you see one coming up and that you'd be interested in, find a team and get on a team, put together a team. We'd love to have you come play. Nick, will you just go into a little bit about how this whole thing is going to be scored?
Yeah, absolutely. The scoring is based on the integrated systems of the game modes. So before we start setting up the next match, so that is it's done by the total, not done by individual sections of the map. It's done by the map in total in a best of 3. So not done by individual points that you capture. Before we start setting up the next match, again, I want to reiterate thanking all the incredible staff. And while we give our competitors time to set up for the next round, we're going to take a quick break. So don't go anywhere, and KTM will be right back.
upon us. A new generation built to fight. Together, we are unstoppable. Are you ready?
Slay. Stronghold. Killing spree.
Claim the enemy flag. Return it to base. Ordnance drop inbound. The flag is ours. Please haul ass at your earliest convenience.
Which one's your favorite? Mine's Tracer. She's like, cheers, love, the cavalry's here.
Before me, I see the future.
You know there's more out there, don't you?
Even the best journeys end. But a new one is right around the corner.
He's coming up, he's going for it. He lays out the shatter, he's able to pick up a couple. Double fire strike, picks up 3 eliminations. Is something almost had Zarya. Oh, able to pick up Sidon. That's a huge pick for them. Room to kind of push in and close in on the point. A nice dragon comes across. Oh, picks up 3 eliminations on it. Massive dragon by Huazar, and then able to take out Kimchi before the res goes off. Games get won because simply of a Ginchi. Oh, there's that play of the game. Benji with the triple knockoff right there, and then picking up. So the Hottie's back at full strength. Bard gonna try to ult, get some damage off, and follows it up with elimination. Able to take out 3 here. He's just shoveling them back towards their spawn. Nighty Dog comes off though. He's got the blade. He picks up a couple eliminations. Well, Suzu Train goes down. Nice job, and then we're gonna demech. Oh my gosh, Benji popping up. Don't challenge him. Don't challenge him. Leave him alone.
Who dares confront me?
At KTN, our vision goes beyond tournaments. It's about creating immersive, unforgettable moments.
Here comes the Jeff. Huge! With the
6 people with the Jeff.
So, we launched on Kick, found top-tier competitors, and made valuable memories along the way.
In America, I've been told by production that he has fallen off the map in every tournament that he has been a part of.
We created an innovative website that streamlines tournament administration and created a platform that elevates community-run events. With the help of the community, we grew this organization into something we can be proud of and can be recognized by every platform as the best community tournament network. Tournaments are a unique experience filled with stress, conflict, and above all, excitement. So we at KTN created the next stage of community tournaments, a place where anyone can participate, where we feature the best of our competitors, and through events designed to show off your skills in a PvP environment. Through countless hours of effort and lateral thinking, we have elevated our organization to be the highest quality community tournament network. We took a bit of time, but we ironed out all the kinks and refined this into the well-produced experience that it is now. He's coming up. He's coming up. He's going for it. He lays out the shatter. He's able to pick up a couple. Double fire strike. Picks up 3 eliminations by himself, essentially. Huge play by Modern DARPA, pushing them back.
Trying to push, but James cut. Oh! Magneto coming in with the triple.
It's only one way in from that angle, so they get.
Oh my God! What? Was that 6? 6 piece?
There's no risks. Too big for them. And some more great shots. NZM's able to take down as well. And got both of them down. That is a team wipe. NZM picking up his 14th elimination.
The Emma, the Invincible Woman, they saved it.
Whoa! Florms! Florms!
It is time to crown our champion of the Dragonblade Arena League DreamHack Qualifier. It's finals time, everyone. Coming to you live exclusively on Kick.com. The viewers are hyped, the players are ready, and now they play for it all. Back at full strength, Bard gonna try to ult, get some damage off, and follows it up with elimination, able to take out 3, shoveling them back towards their spawn. Nighty Dog comes off though. He's got the blade. He picks up a couple eliminations. Shiggle enough room to kind of push in and close in on the point. A nice dragon comes across. Oh, picks up 3 eliminations on it. Massive dragon by Huizard. Both sides playing really, really well. And the elimination starts going. Bard picks up a couple eliminations again. Oh man, the hotties are about to get that team kill. Welcome back, guys, to the Kick Tournament Network. My name is Slevin, your play-by-play caster this evening, and we are launching right into the Dragonblade Arena League 6v6 edition. I'm here in the booth with my co-caster and game analyst, simply Nick-ish. Nick, what do you expect to see in these grand finals?
I just want a lot more of the same. Those first 2 series are super, super fun, so just give me more of that. But I would love for us to go all the way. We have not been able to see Saravasa yet, so I hope they give us a game 3, so we just get the full breadth of all of it, you know? I'm expecting some similar things.
Yeah, the statistic in my mind is that both of these teams won their semifinals 2-0, so now we will have to go to Saravasa, right? Because they'll each win 1 now, right? Because they won 2-0, so now it's gonna go 1-1, right? Because that's just the way it works in my brain right now.
Yeah, so if they could like talk to each other and just fix it so that it's 1-3, that'd be great. Yeah. As you see is loading in now, very expected. We see Bard going back to this Cassidy, Zippy sticking onto that Roadhog, and Coda going with that Junker. We talked about this duo. As you see Timoshi trying to match that Rhodey as well. We know how powerful they can be on these bridges with plenty of places to hook people off.
Yeah, absolutely. I do want to point out this really controversial poll in chat about pineapple on pizza right now. You know, take what you will. I'm a pro pineapple on pizza guy, but
I am a pro pineapple. Let's go. That's why we like you. There we go. I knew I liked you for a reason.
Timoshi getting the first elimination here on this team fight. These hooks are unrelenting right now. He takes down Queef, he takes down Coda, and he finishes up on Midnight. My goodness. And bye-bye Zippy. Timishi says, I came to play hog and I came to play hard.
Oh, that was... Okay, this is a very early statement from Timishi. Just triple hooked. Well, he double hooked. And then to throw Zippy off the side like this? That's a statement right there.
That's a little BMing almost, you know, right there. But High Anxiety coming in strong with that first team fight and going to go ahead and put some points up on the board. Now Shiggle going to try to take the back route a little bit, see if they can get something happening. Gives them a good lane to put some damage down. High Anxiety going to push back and hold on to point. Granite goes down. Bard hitting those shots. Zippy, yeah, Zippy with the revenge hook on Timishi. Man, Shiggle Giggers coming in said, you guys may have won that first team fight, but we're not going to give it to you that easy. Bard ults, takes down Pepper, and it looks like High Anxiety on the ropes here. Shiggle going to come right back in and grab this point.
Okay, not gonna lie, we might just have to keep the cameras on the roadies in this one. This looks like we've got a bit of a revenge plot going. I do like what they went for. You know, they went around the backside to try and avoid, you know, these bridge areas where you can get hooked off so easily. So I like the idea, and obviously, we see High Anxiety gets 46%. Shiggle take it, and now the percentage is going in their favor, so it works out.
Yeah, no ults on either team ready for this fight, but we might get one popping off here in a minute. Forehead Kiss almost has his Reaper ult up, and we've got a good team fight going on right now on the point. There it is. It popped up so fast, and he takes down Zippy and Bard with it. Finishes off on Queef. Coda goes down. Midnight goes down as well. Man, this is a real back and forth, slug for slug fight right now.
Yeah, and this is what we wanted to see from these two teams in the finals, just going at it with everything they've got. We see the ults on the board now. We see Okami with the Moira there, Pepper, Granite, both with theirs for High Anxiety, and Shiggle, Midnight with that Valkyrie. We've got Queef and Zippy both with theirs, and Who Is Ours just got the Reaper ult. This could be huge. We saw how much effectiveness Who Is Ours, and we can see him looking as well. Looking for that TP up. Waiting for the timing, but we can see it going. There we go. Probably going to drop down straight on, and there we go. Drops it down. Can they finish him up before he gets a kill? Huge chunk from Timishi to stop it, though. These roadies are putting in so much work.
Man, I thought he was going to have something good there. He almost had. Everybody was so low, and Timishi said, no, not today, man. Not happening. So much planning, all for naught. Bard goes down in the end there. And oh man, High Anxiety able to hold this point, and we got a little bit of a desperation stall here on overtime, but I don't think it's going to do much for him. High Anxiety going to go ahead and take this first round.
And this is what I love about when we do these kind of tournaments, and we do these kind of multi-series tournaments, is you see the development of a small meta happening throughout. You know, in the last qualifiers, we didn't see like any Roadhog at all. And now, Rhodey is the boss of these games. These hooks are on point and are making or breaking the game. And as we talk about that, Zippy doesn't want to deal with it. They're going, okay, if you want to get cheesy, I'm going to throw you some ball. And then immediately switches back to Zeri.
Yeah, you spoke too soon.
I should learn. I never learn. I always talk about it way too early.
That's funny, man. I feel like the competitors maybe do that on purpose. You know, they like put some weird lineups out there when there's like 30 seconds left, and then they switch to the last second, just to give us something to talk about and then make us look really dumb for talking about it for 30 seconds. I think it's like an inside job, you know?
Yeah, I'm willing to go with that. It takes the responsibility off me.
Yeah, I'm not normally one for conspiracies, but it happens too often, right? Here we got a good replay happening of Timishi and those nice hooks, that good follow up there. Boom, splat, and then he just jumps in on them, man. Good plays again, the Roadhog, and then we got this nasty little goodbye off the bridge. Yeah. Say you later, Zippy. Try again next time.
As we launch in here, prepping for this first fight, as we see Queef trying to match, goes onto that Mercy along with the Ana. So Midnight actually dropping off that Mercy that we've seen them be so effective on with these reses, and willing to give that up and say, hey, I'm gonna take this Ana instead.
Yeah, I like to see the Ana with Midnight here. Maybe gonna try to counter Timishi and see if they can't get those make him basically waste all of his healing juice with those antis there. Forehead Kiss getting into a 1v1 Reaper battle. Hussar goes down, but Forehead Kiss not long to follow as Zippy comes in with the elimination there, and Shiggle bouncing back on this point. High Anxiety almost had it captured there in the beginning, and Shiggle said, not today, we're gonna put those points up first.
Yeah, pretty convincing first take from Shiggle. As soon as who's starts to get in. They get the res off, and then off the back of that res, they put out a lot of damage on that Reaper with the backup of Zippy and Coda just on this front side, running it down, basically. And I think you're right. This anti is going to be so good to try and break Timothy. As you see Bard getting that first pick, gets traded out by Forehead pretty immediately as we just got a bit of a brawl in the center point here.
Oh no, Queef gets isolated by Ging, who is charged up, lightsaber down. That's going to take a lot of heals away from Shiggle right now. And then Coda comes in, takes down Ging. Timothy takes down Zippy. It is a back and forth, brawl for brawl, hit for hit right now. And High Anxiety might actually, yeah, they're going to cap this point, push Shiggle right off of it. High Anxiety coming back with a little bounce back. Bard takes down Forehead. Kiss, got hit with the anti. Midnight not able to hit Timothy with the antis yet. I haven't seen much of that, but I know it is brewing in the background.
Yeah, and again, super back and forth. This is kind of it feels like whoever is getting these first picks, forcing the res and then getting the second off the back of it, seems to be winning these early fights. But now we see the ults start to come out. The Deadeye, he's antied and hooked straight away. The sleep note counter, and a great finish off from Bard, using that incredible damage to finish off the antidote Rodius, who is and Coda follow up and take the rest of the fight.
Yeah, that's what we've been waiting for. We knew it was coming, and when it happened, it was pretty juicy there. So Shiggle gonna hold the point here. High Anxiety gonna have to regroup. We gotta take it for granted. I don't know what he's doing up here. Oh, maybe just charging his ult, waiting for a good chance to use it, and it gets bounced on. He goes down. Huazar actually able to take him down. So no secret ult from Bastion coming. Nice heads up play by the Reaper and Mercy there.
Yeah, who's already in position. They have clocked him, so I think Timothy is totally ready for this. Huge grab with the anti over the top, though. Forehead just drops down off the back of it, gets the triple, gets the quad, finishes off Bard with the nano as well. And all that Anna can do, Midnight has to sleep and ditch as High Anxiety take it back again. And watch this combo come out right now. Grab, anti over the top, Forehead over the top of all of that, and comms on point.
Just so much damage coming out. They did use 4 ults to make it happen, though, so we'll see if it was worth it in the end, as their ult economy is going to be a little off balance compared to Shiggle, who has a couple popping up. High Anxiety has Roadhog ult, which is really not the best ult in the game for that. Ging able to track down Bard there with an elimination, and then Coda immediately makes Ging pay for it. He's going to pop his ult here on Ramata. We're going to throw some fists down on there, gets a little elimination on Timothy, and yeah, Shiggle right back on the point.
Yeah, I think that was an ambitious hook from Timothy, hooking in an ulting ram into the entire team. And this is so back and forth. It is like one after another after another. And High Anxiety, the pressure is on now, 10%. So it's on you guys to get in here with Bard with an ult ready. Who is with another Reaper ready as well, as Forehead does get that first pick. That could be absolutely key. There goes the Deadeye. Doesn't get anything from it, though. Overtime is here. Huazar does get a pick on Timothy, as you see Bard just walking themselves in, trying to get the kills, gets Ukami as well. And this looks really good for Shiggle. Pepper gets 2 kills with the anti, which is crazy. And then Zippy finishes it off for Shiggle.
Nice. Shiggle Giggers gonna take the round there, the whole match there, I guess. And they're gonna win Lijiang Tower, man. That was a good defense.
No, it's 1-1.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got confused there. We are still going. We are going to round 3 here. That is totally my fault there. Good bounce back play, man. That was a really tit for tat fight the whole time. I mean, it was High Anxiety had it, and then Shiggle would come in and they would take it, and then back and forth. And all it took was for the one team to win 2 team fights in a row to take that round there.
Yeah, and this is what we were hoping for from the finals, right? We talked about the match fixing in the beginning. I'm kidding. We talked about them going back and forth and, having a lot of good ult economy. We talked about this in both series as well. And it seems like we are going to get all 3, and I hope this is a sign of things to come.
Yeah, I do want to mention the bans here. We hadn't really talked about those much tonight, but it does look like Shiggle went ahead and banned Reinhardt, and then also Kiriko ban as well. So we're not going to see either of those heroes on this map, which is interesting because we saw a lot of Rein early on this tournament coming out. I believe it was High Anxiety that was playing as Rein earlier and really kind of doing some damage with him. So Shiggle's kind of taking one of the...
Yeah, I actually think the Kiri ban is super interesting because these Suzus have been crazy effective. Particularly as just counters to, you know, these big Rhinos or these big Zarya grabs, you know, these antis. So I think that was a really smart ban from Anxiety.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see how it plays off because they can't ban the same hero twice in a row. So we'll see if King's Row, we get Kiwi's back in the action here. But a really nasty team fight happening here. Support's doing work, keeping everybody alive. A lot of people near death. Oh my goodness. Wazar gets booped off, almost gets back on. Reaper takes a little dirt nap there all the way down at the bottom of the skyscraper. And not a lot else going on. Zippy finally goes down as High Anxiety maybe starting to steamroll this a little bit and carry that momentum forward. Bard on the run from a fully charged Zarya. Oh, Ging is just lasering him down now. And man, the 100%. Oh, they are shooting the pink bubbles so much.
Run.
And Ging is absolutely loving it right now. Wazar tries to come back into the action, immediately gets melted down again. Oh man, a fully charged Zarya. There's a few things more scary than that.
Yeah, absolutely. You see that, and you just if a Zarya is running at your face, there's a big bet that they've got 100 charge, and you just need to leg it. That is pretty terrifying. Because we see Bard switching onto this Mei, trying for a bit more CC and control, gets very low, manages to get into that ice just in time as they try and get back in here, Shiggle. Behind Anxiety. And we didn't really talk about this Lucio. I was expecting a lot more Lucio, particularly on this point. And there we go, drops the beat as we're talking about Granite.
Big grab.
Effective, huge
big
grab.
Lots of damage coming out.
Everyone.
Oh my goodness, they pick up 3-4 eliminations there. Shiggle back on the run. Ging, man, on this Zarya, just absolutely charged up and melting people down. Here we see that replay of the match or the fight before when 100% charge, man. Zarya at 100% is terrifying. You see how quickly, I mean, burst the bubble immediately from the Zarya. It doesn't matter, and then Reaper still goes down. It's a terrifying thing to be running from there. We got a good ult of Timishi coming in with the Orisa ult. 500% power.
Oh,
everybody gets plenty of time to get away, but not enough time to get away from the rest of the team as Forehead and let's see who else ulted there. Moira also threw an ult out, picked up a couple eliminations. Yeah, nice zoning ult there by Timishi.
Yeah, it was a good attempt. They tried to use the Ram ult to get past it, to get past them and try and hit the point because the percentage was really low. They didn't have much time, but good positioning from Timishi there to block them off. And what a back and forth game. That last one, it felt a bit more one-sided. It was very difficult for them to get back in once they'd taken that space away from them with that Zarya running at their faces. So really well done in the end to take Lijiang, and that is only game one. We have we've got more to come.
Yeah, that was our first three-round map there. So good to see a nice little even fight, kind of a tit-for-tat battle. Like I said earlier, a lot of these exchanges, especially on round one of that and round two of that, I guess. Round three was a little more, I think they kind of found their stride in that round three. But rounds 1 and 2, man, it was very blow for blow, just back and forth. So I hope to see a little bit more of that coming into King's Row as well, and see how these teams can adapt to a different map, a different little play style, and some of these longer hallways that can be pretty troublesome to get around.
I'm going to throw out a prediction for a ban.
I
hope that I'm right.
For a ban. Okay, for a ban. I was like, you're about to curse somebody, man. That's going to be tough.
I'm gonna throw out a ban prediction, and I don't know where this is coming from. This might be totally left field, but I think we might see a little Zarya ban coming in off the back of that one, especially on King's Row. We've seen now with the Rhine, guaranteed to be in the Rhine Zarya together. We've seen how devastating they are, so I would not be surprised to see that at all.
I'm gonna throw out Ana as the other one.
Great shout. Yeah,
throw out Ana. Get those antis out of here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, particularly if they want to play the roadie as well. If they want to play Roadhog into Kings, which we saw be so good in the last series, both teams pulling that out. Obviously, those Ana anti-nades can be exceptionally effective there. So as we start going through some awards here, great work from Mukami on that Moira. 33 limbs. Wow.
Yeah, we saw Bard pick up the Warlord there, and he played on, I think, 4 different characters that last round, which is crazy to get that play that many characters and still come out on top with the damage there. So nice
Yeah,
place by him.
huge grabs as well.
Ging with the great eliminations, forehead kisses with the kill leader there. I mean, everything back and forth. Lots of big plays. Ging, I mean, on Zarya. Let's talk about that for a second. Just supports keeping him in the game, you know, keeping him alive. Here's that play again as Ging comes through and just absolutely goes to town and just melts. And I mean, just no answer for this. Really, it's just terrible. It's like a horror movie. You're being chased by the main antagonist, and there's nothing you can do about it. It supports right
it's literally like
you.
CC and run. Like that's pretty much like you playing Outlast or something. You know, just run away from it because otherwise you are going down. And as we get in here, the bans are really interesting. Okay, we have a Roadhog ban. Yeah, and I tried to go for something, and they just threw it back in my face. So Reaper and a Roadhog ban here, which neither of us saw coming.
Yeah.
So that does leave Ging on this Zarya open, and Zippy going to match on the other side as we see this this tank mirror match.
Yeah, the classic Ryan Zarya matchup here coming in. We've also got Bastions on both sides, Kiriko's on both sides. We've got just a little bit of difference with Mercy versus triple supports for high anxiety. This is gonna be an interesting match as we come through here, and as we get into this first little team fight, just bouncing around the statue as we tend to do on these first ones, just waiting for that first little unlucky pick or lucky pick depending on which side you're viewing from, I guess. A little Ryan v Ryan action, tank v tank, hammer v hammer going out. These Zarya bubbles doing work as well. We'll see if they're able to get charged up enough to really make something of it. The Zarya's kind of playing back a little bit and just trying to focus really on those bubbles. Ooh, Coda kind of oversits there, tries to get that little med pack, does get it, not enough. Now Zarya pushing in. Here we go. The laser beam is charged. The laser beam is going. No. Forehead kiss, running them down as well. Those are two tanks that you do not want to have pushing you back.
Oh, we've seen this story before, and this is going to be really tough for Shiggle. I think what I would really like to see them do is not try and match this, and that's immediately as I say Coda switches onto this Ram. I think trying to match this Zarya Ryan is not going to work for them. With this backup of Granite as well on the Bastion. And we see just playing so aggro. Forehead, maybe overextending a little bit, gets the shield up just in time where the healers are not ready for them, and they do keep him up just. No idea how Forehead lives off the back of that. And in the meantime, Ging just walks across and kills Bard and forces the res out of Midnight.
Yeah, I'm gonna burn that. We're gonna burn that res early. Oh, big shatter takes down a few. See if he can get the fire strikes off. Gets the elimination on Queef. He's gonna chase down on Reinhardt. Not able to get the eliminations, but the team comes through, picks up a couple other ones there as well, making big use of that shatter in the downtime on for Shiggle there. High anxiety saying they came to play and they're gonna hold this defense real strong.
Okay, real talk. We are going to need a stat on how has Forehead hit a shatter on less than 3 people so far today. It's outrageous how well they're positioning with that ultimate. And speaking of ultimates, we have 4 still in the tank for high anxiety. So plenty still to work with as we see Moira dropping theirs already, trying to keep them up, and it allows Forehead to just walk in their face.
Yeah, Midnight popped her ult before that fight to try to give them enough heals to try to push through, but Shiggle not able to get much off of it, and High Anxiety just kind of countered and walked in and made Shiggle kind of retreat back to spawn. Bard goes down there being chased by Gam. Just I guess I self-destructed there. I'm not sure.
I'd love a replay of how Bard just killed themselves there as we see Ging drops the grab. I was about to talk about it, but they drop it. Gets Midnight. That's a huge pick. Void gets Coda as well. And oh boy, High Anxiety look really strong on this defense. Oh, takes out the junk tire as well.
Yeah, the accidental. I think he was just swinging. The junk tire kind of ran in through it. And a misclick there. Forehead almost goes down. Man, the supports right now for High Anxiety keeping Forehead. He does a couple times. He's went into that hotel, almost into that hotel. And almost paid for it, but the support's on and just keeping him alive right now. Kiriko gonna drop the ult. We got a Bastion ult coming down on point. Doesn't get much out of it. Ging takes down Zippy though. Forehead jumping right in. Kiriko goes down on Shiggle. And
Coda there.
Coda, right on point. Ulting, punching everybody, but does go down eventually. And High Anxiety man, holding it really strong. That was a good little move by Coda to kind of get in the back and try to make something happen. But High Anxiety just turning around and collapsing.
Yeah, Granite just doing a really good job of stepping backwards, spacing away from the ram and pumping in that damage to make sure Coda couldn't just sit there and take everybody out. Gets the supports, and it is a full hold from High Anxiety. So, I mean, already one up in the series. This is looking real tough for Shiggle.
Yeah, Shiggle, I mean, this is literally, you got to leave it all out on the field right now. This is game time. You know, you cannot not win this one, right? You have to push this thing and really get it there, or really hold it rather here. And High Anxiety has shown that they are an offensive powerhouse when it comes down to it. Their defense is very aggressive, right? And so now that they're on offense, I think that they're really going to shine on High Anxiety. It's going to be interesting to see if Shiggle can hold this for very long at all, because High Anxiety does very well in these situations.
Yeah, super aggressive team. Prediction number 2 time. Give us the
good.
top. We've seen top. We know how good this has been today. I would not be surprised to see them drop onto that for the defense. But yeah, love the point you made about High Anxiety. They are an incredibly aggressive tank duo in general, with the backup of particularly, I do want to hugely point out Pepper here. We've seen Pepper consistently putting up stats today for High Anxiety. Just quietly, the amount of time they are keeping these tanks up and allowing Forehead. Forehead must have been like pre-100 HP like 4 times in that round and still survived.
Yeah, the supports on both teams just doing outstanding work. And then Kiriko's with these beautiful Suzus. Oh my gosh, Forehead just gets absolutely melted down, just deleted in an instant. Blink and you miss it. My goodness, you don't want to start your first team fight like that. They're going to push back a little bit. And just reminding everybody in chat here, the High Anxiety on offense right now only needs 1 tick to win this whole finals match.
So I'm going to say that's going to explain why Forehead just showed us the other side of playing Ryan, which is the dive in headfirst and immediately die. Thinking that they could get that first point. As we see them holding off for dear life. Great sleep, though. Here goes the charge in again. Forehead goes down, though. Bard gets him with the anti. Timothy takes a kill. This could be all she wrote. This is going to be so difficult for them to hold on. Midnight with the res. Can they finish his first tick off?
They are on the ropes right now. Shiggle getting pushed back really hard. High Anxiety just going to hold that point. I don't think anybody from Shiggle is going to get back there. High Anxiety does get that first tick. So High Anxiety is going to take this. I think we're going to go ahead and let them play it out anyway. But just so you guys know, High Anxiety has won.
Yeah, so we do like to let them play it out because, you know, they've come to play with us. So we do want to let them play the whole map. But well done to High Anxiety, taking it in pretty storming fashion. And now they can just play for a bit of fun here.
The longest charge in the world right there to take down Bard. Forehead kiss comes in. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe that Midnight got away from that with basically no HP. Oh, and big shatter there. Picks up a couple eliminations. Gonna get a 3rd out of it. Yep, there it is. Man, High Anxiety riding high off of that victory right now. And this is all for fun right now. So hopefully we get some, some goofy comps coming in out of this, and then we'll just kind of see. We'll let the players have a little fun here.
Yeah, I mean, we see Zippy going onto that ball. Maybe they can show us something, show us some moves, and Zippy switch into that Hanzo, as we see so often on the 2nd and 3rd point.
I think every time you've mentioned a Zippy switch, they immediately switch to something else. Zippy's tuned in. Zippy's keeping you guessing.
Someone is like listening and purposely doing this to me, I'm sure.
Oh, that's good, man. It looks like High Anxiety is pushing up pretty strongly right now. We saw somebody, I think, fall off the map there. I didn't see who it was. Maybe Coda fell off.
It was
Ryan.
Yeah, it was their Forehead asserting dominance on Coda and throwing them off the map a little bit.
Yeah, you hate to see that. Oh my gosh, they're immediately lots of swings. Forehead comes in and just smashing now.
Someone jump into their comms and tell them that spawn camping is BM. Like, what are we watching right now? Outrageous behavior.
Yeah, High Anxiety just really putting the pedal to the floor here with the no breaks. Don't need to worry about anything at this point, so they're just gonna let it all hang out, I guess. We'll see what Shiggle has in response. We've got some good changes here. Bard gonna switch it up again, it looks like. I want to see some good shots. Oh, we trying to get tricky. Zippy tried to get tricky with some positioning.
Oh, I love that Kami threw themselves up as well and went, do you know what? Let's make this fair. You do it, I'll do it too. Let's make an agreement here.
That's fun. Trying to get tricky with some positioning. Didn't really work out. Almost a good charge by Forehead there. Gets mowed down though. A little overextended is what we would call that, and it does look like High Anxiety just gonna roll into the point there as a Shiggle kind of lets them have it there at the end. But man, what a fun match.
Congratulations. Well played to High Anxiety. They absolutely showed up today, and I mean, well played to both teams. You gave us such a good show today on both sides, so congratulations.
Bastion got our play of the game here as he kind of mowed down looks like a Rhine and a little Midnight Muse action there. Gets bounced around, just picking up some of those late eliminations on that point, man. What a fun match.
Yeah, and thank you to all of the players as well. Let's just have a quick shout out to all of the players that joined us today. You gave us some great games. We've had an absolute blast. But we've reached the end. And before we crown the victors, let's just call out the supports here. I have been like singing their praises all day long, but they have done such a good job of letting these like Ryan just push as much as they want, go for these crazy plays and bail them out when they inevitably go too far. So, you know, big shout outs to all the supports.
Yeah, support plays were fantastic. You can see here as we go into the award section here, man, Forehead Kiss coming with a kill leader, 38 eliminations on that last round. Absolutely crazy. And then Pepper, big healing off of Kiriko, and then
Guardian Angel.
Yeah, absolutely, man. The Suzus across every game that we saw tonight, anybody that was playing Kiriko was just Suzus were on point. So many heads up plays to keep people alive and stop attacks that should have been really, really successful. And then Forehead also going to pick up the Warlord award there with big damage numbers.
I also love the name Forehead Kiss, by the way, for a Rhine player, because it's so accurate for a Rhine just charging in. So big shout out there, yeah.
It is definitely an on the money name if you're going to main Ryan. So also getting off the 4 ultimates in that last round there. Forehead Kiss picking up a couple, getting that trophy shelf full. Man, good plays, dude. That was such a good round. I mean, honestly, the whole tournament was so fun to watch. Well, lots of back and forth, lots of tit for tat, blow for blow. Good exchanges all across the board. Did you have a big play that you thought maybe like what was your favorite play? I think that this one being shown right here by Ging may have been mine, because I have been Zarya doing that, and I have been a Cassidy running from that, and it is it is awesome to be the Zarya. It is terrifying to be the Cassidy.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, you know, I would call out the tanks for this series. Particularly, both of them played great, Forehead and Ging. I think if we're going to do the tournament in total, we have to do a little callback to that Ryan shadow behind the car.
Oh yeah.
In series 1, just really great to see that being done in a tournament like this. So that's definitely going to be my play of the tournament for sure.
Yeah, that was really good. I don't know if we can pull that replay up again. But it was such a cool play, just hide and seek, and then making that whole team basically get eliminated there. So, but guys, that is going to be the end of our tournament. It is time to crown our victor. Congratulations to Nick. You want to call it out?
High Anxiety. Let's go. Congratulations to High Anxiety.
High Anxiety wins the Dragonblade Arena League 6v6 edition. I know we kind of called it earlier, but we're going to make a big deal of it here, okay? So High Anxiety, congratulations on your victory, and thank you to all of our competitors for participating in tonight's tournament. To our viewers, if you guys missed a portion of this tournament, it was an awesome tournament. I highly recommend that if you want to go back and rewatch a segment, be sure to check out the VOD. It'll be up on our YouTube channel, and it'll be uploaded tomorrow. Join our Discord as well, guys. If you want to get involved, join the Discord, follow us on X, and sign up to the website, kicktournamentnetwork.com, to stay up to date on all future events. Links to everything that I just said are in the channel description below, down in those panels. If you'd like to participate, I want to remind you that anyone can sign up. You don't have to be a pro player. You just have to love the game. If you see a tournament for a game that you like, put a team together. Come out and play. You'll have a great time, and we love casting you guys. So my name is Slevin. It was a pleasure casting for you all tonight. Simply Nickish, is there anything you would like to say before we sign off for the evening?
Yeah, I'd like to do some slam poetry, if that's all right for you. I'm kidding.
I love it.
I want to... yeah, I just want to take a moment to thank our producer, our game masters, all the KTN staff team for making the tournament possible. Without you guys, we won't be able to sit here and look pretty for you and do this for you. To all of the competitors, thank you for your performance. Thank you for joining us. It's such a pleasure to cast you. And obviously, big shout out to Anxiety for great performance today. As you mentioned, if anyone does want to compete in future tournaments or leagues, head on over to kicktournamentnetwork.com, where you can find all of the socials, event scoreboard, KTN merch, and any upcoming tournaments that you might want to join. And again, skill level does not matter. To all of the community members, if you've supported us with donos and subscriptions or follows, we really, really appreciate your support, and thank you for helping us make this possible. I guess we are now going to DreamHack Atlanta thanks to you guys. So huge congratulations to the whole team. I hope I will get to see you there as well. So huge shout out to everyone involved. Well deserved. The production behind this tournament is truly phenomenal. And as someone who does a lot of tournaments, this is one of the best productions that I work with personally. So my name is Simply Nickish. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. And we hope to see you at our next event or the DreamHack Atlanta. Thanks for watching KTN. Have a great night.